محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وبعد. Yesterday the hadith that I narrated was narrated by Ibn Mas'ud radhiyallahu anhu, not Abu Hurayra. That's a mistake I made when I was thinking about when I was driving home. It was narrated by Ibn Mas'ud, not by Abu Hurayra, for those who kind of keep track of these things. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. The hadith tonight is for sure narrated by Abu Hurayra in the collection of Muslim. And the theme of the significance of Jumaah, which I'll be talking about over the next few weeks, inshallah ta'ala. The goal of this is, inshallah, to encourage, especially my younger brothers and sisters who are going to work or school. Jumaah does not, Jumaah is just not, it's not just a summer activity. It's something that goes throughout the year, and we have to find accommodations. We have to find ways to make sure that we continue to attend Jumaah throughout the year, despite maybe difficulties within work or schooling or other obstacles that may face us. And the hadith today is more of a, or tonight is more of a, yesterday and the day before were a bit harsh, but that's what he said, alayhi salatu wasalam. So I have to convey to you what he said, and when he said something that had that strength in it or that harshness in it, it's important that we think about it, because he rarely did that, alayhi salatu wasalam. And the hadith today is a bit more on the encouragement side. That's what he said, alayhi salatu wasalam. قال, it's a very short hadith. خير يوم طلعت عليه الشمس يوم الجمعة فيه خلق آدم وفيه أدخل الجنة وفيه أخرج منها. We said, alayhi salatu wasalam, the best day that the sun has ever shone upon or shined upon is the day of Jumaah. Within that day, it's on Jumaah that Adam was created. It's on Jumaah that Adam entered the garden. And it's on that day Adam left the garden. Now, the first two are pretty simple to understand in terms of their importance and significance. The day that Adam alayhi salam came to that ability, achieve the ability of metacognition, if I may, or the ability to learn and to be who he was. And the day that he was offered a sanctuary by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the garden. Mind you, there is a difference of opinion within the Muslim ummah and the scholars of where Adam alayhi salam was, whether the Jannah was in actual heavens or whether it was on earth. And there's a 60-40 distinction or cutoff. Like 60% believe it's up in the heavens, and 40% actually believe that it wasn't. I tend to be amongst that group because I don't. There are certain questions I don't have good answers for about this. Because we don't know, as far as we know, the Jannat al-Na'im is not some place that you go and leave. Jannat al-Na'im is not a place where you're held accountable for mistakes that you make. And that's what kind of happened to Adam alayhi salam. So either it was a Jannah that the laws for it changed after he left, or it was something that actually exists on earth, which in my mind is more in keeping with the terminology or the language that the Quran uses about it. But as I said, it's an issue of difference of opinion among scholars. So whatever opinion you carry, you're very well entitled to do so. But the point I wanted to make is, why is ukhrija minha something that's of any significance of his creation, alayhi salam, Adam? Okay. Good significance of him entering the garden? Okay. But why leaving it? Well, leaving it is what jump-started our story. We wouldn't be here if it didn't happen that way. If Adam alayhi salam did not leave the garden to go and search for that which he was missing, the whole story of Adam alayhi salam in Jannah with Iblis and his wife is very, very symbolic, and I for sure have to talk about this at some point in full length, because a lot of people don't understand it. It's very symbolic. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the idea that we were given a chance and Adam alayhi salam messed it up, no, that's very naive and very simplistic. And on the Day of Judgment, by the way, there's a hadith in Muslim where Musa alayhi salam, in the midst of the heat of that day and the difficulty of that day, he'll finally go seek out Adam and tell him why. Why? Look at what happened. Why did you eat from? You couldn't. Why? Look. So Adam alayhi salam will tell him, you're holding me accountable for something Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala decreed upon me 50,000 years before I ever existed. In the hadith, قال النبي فحاج آدم موسى. And they argued, and Adam's argument was much stronger than Musa. And Musa knew it. It's just the difficulty of the Day of Judgment just led him to say something because he couldn't stand. It was hard. It's hard. Yawm al-Qiyamah is a hard day. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us sanctuary that day as well. It's very difficult. So, he ukhrija minha is not, the reason I'm pointing this out to you is that Jumu'ah is the significance of doing the khayru, I thought you said, the khayru yawm, the best day. It's the day Adam was created. Best day, criteria? Yes, for sure. That's it. Something great happened, makes it the best day. The day he entered Jannah? Yes, amazing. Great thing that happened. The day he left, why would I add that? Yes, the day he left was a good day too, which is why Jumaah is a good day. Because it could have happened Jumaah and not pointed out because it doesn't add up to the criteria of making it the best day. But he pointed it out. It happened. He left in that day. That was a good thing too, because that started this whole story. That's allowed us to be here. That gave us this experience of life. This is a beautiful experience. With all the misery and all the pain and all the agony, all the difficulty and the obstacles and the suffering and the cry and the tears and the crying and all that, this is still a very beautiful experience. The fact that we are here. We don't take time to think about that anymore because of the speed that life runs at and how we get caught up into our little bubbles and we're in our silos and we're focused on specific tasks. The fact that we are here, that you can walk outside right now and just take a deep breath and just look at the sky for a few moments. This is very beautiful. You have senses. You're able to actually embrace and experience what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put out, what He created in this universe. We are given this very unique ability to experience it at a profound level that other creations don't necessarily get to do that, but we do. We've just, chose to stare at a black box for forever. But really, there's another black box that if you stare at, it's much more beautiful, much more meaningful, and it's much more authentic and natural and ancient, and the depth of it is just mind blowing. So the fact that Adam walked out of Jannah, a place where, regardless of what you believe, where it was, where he was protected from life in its essence, like he was protected from nature. إنك إن لك ألا تجوع فيها ولا تعرى وأنك لا تظمأ فيها ولا تضحى. You're here, you'll never be hungry, you'll never be thirsty, you'll never be scared, you never be too hot, you won't be too cold. But that means it won't be also exciting or interesting, and aspects of life won't exist, and you won't get to learn anything, and there's no friction, there's no growth, and with no growth, there's life becomes something that's repetitive and boring, and it ruins what it is. So the fact that he left Jannah is just as beautiful as the fact that he entered it. Because Adam alayhi salam got to learn. And only through comparisons can we learn. It's only through when you can only understand the beauty of something sweet when you try something sour. You only understand the beauty of being full when you're hungry. If you didn't have hunger, then you could never appreciate having a full belly. If you're always full, then you're never, it doesn't make it, it's not something that you're going to be excited about because you don't know what it means to be hungry. Adam alayhi salam got to see all the beautiful stuff, and then, okay, stand up, go out and see what nature's actually like. And he went out and he saw, and nature's harsh. But that just made the experience of life even more beautiful for him and for those who came from him, alayhi salam. And that's why Jumu'ah is a beautiful day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guided us to that day. It's an Eid for us. Imam Ibn Majah, the Prophet alayhi salam says in a hadith that is authentic, Inna hadha yawmu Eidin lil Muslimin. This is a day of celebration. The day of Jumu'ah is a day of a celebratory day. Day you celebrate. Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created Adam. The story began this day. This is the day, this is our day. This is the day that you work. We're not like we have to take it off. No, you don't have to take it off. But just appreciate the beauty of this day. And as a part of that appreciation, a part of that celebration, we come for Jumu'ah. A part of that is you come, you attend a prayer in a group. And that's what we should all never forget. It's very important, and that should be embedded in the DNA of our children and as they live in these countries. I hope that was a benefit to you. يروي الإمام مسلم في صحيحه عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم خير يوم طلعت عليه الشمس يوم الجمعة فيه خلق آدم وفيه أدخل الجنة وفيه أخرج منها. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك لا إله إلا أنت استغفرك وأتوب إليك. وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين.